Sweet Briar's in the news now.
It is.
Let's tell what the controversy is.
Well, the controversy is that just recently in March of 2015, the board of directors and the president came out and announced that the class of 2015 was going to be the last graduating class. And of course, there's a controversy because it's a small liberal arts women's college in Virginia.
Women's only.
Women's only women. Like, this was founded in 1901, so it's been around
for
about
over 100 years.
Yeah, so it was just really a shame that out of the blue, the board of directors and the president said, okay, we're closing the doors.
And it's on a beautiful location,
Oh
right?
my gosh, it's totally gorgeous. Like, at the time when I was looking for colleges, I was looking at urban locations, but I had no idea that I would end up there. I ended up going down there for an overnight stay, and I just fell in love with the beauty of it. And the classes were amazing. The professors are absolutely phenomenal. You really get to know them on a one-on-one level. Even professors that I never had classes with knew my name. The French professor and I would always talk one another and a little bit of French, because I don't know a lot of French. But it was just amazing, like the relationships that you made with the professors.
And it's a small college, right?
It's really small. When I was graduating, then the year after that, it was going to be 700 people there. So that's amazing. I love it when people say, oh, I went to a small school. I'm like, oh, how many people went to your school? And they say 3,000. Like, yeah, that's not small.
700,
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Small community, and it's a pretty sizable area, right? So you had.
Yeah, we have about 3,400 acres.
Wow. So is it all of a sudden this announcement came as a surprise to you, to your alumni?
Yeah, it was a surprise to everybody. And, you know, the staff, the faculty, and what's really special about this place, too, is that the staff and faculty live on the campus as well. You know, some of them live off campus, but, you know, they have housing there. And unfortunately, they're kicking some people out of where they live, their homes, because the land is owned by Sweet Briar. And so therefore, if there's no more college, then you don't have the land, so therefore you can't be in your home anymore, or at least that's my understanding of it. So they're getting kicked out of their homes, which is really unfortunate.
It is.
Yeah, because they're losing their jobs. It was announced in March, so if you wanted a job for the next school year, you already had to be looking for a job. So a lot of people don't have that luxury. You know, they don't know what they're going to be doing next year. And, you know, unfortunately, Mayor Tomlinson had put in her will that she and her husband were going to donate $1 million. To
the college.
To the college. And so therefore, like, Sweet Briar is coming down here like a few days before the closing, thanking her, meeting them in person, and just being like acknowledging the wonderful, generous gift that the Tomlinsons were giving to the college. And then unfortunately, a few days later, they closed. Again, talking about the great relationship, I don't even remember how many classes I had with this one professor. He donated in his will again about $1 million. And for them to treat a gift like that so harshly and inconsiderately, it's just like.
So why is it closing? Is it because of the enrollment? The all women's colleges are having a trouble?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying that there's no enrollment, that their endowment is going down, that it costs about $20 million for it to run annually, and that they just don't have the funds for it anymore. But luckily, you know, my fellow alumni and I are fighting it and making sure. There are actually 3 lawsuits going on right now. And what's really great is that just last week, the Supreme Court of Virginia announced that Sweet Briar is indeed a trust. Beforehand, they were talking that Sweet Briar was more of a corporation, so therefore you can close it, no problem. But the fact that it is a trust, it now has different rules and laws and obligations, and it doesn't really have that, like, no, you can't just shut down the doors and off you go. So it'll be very interesting. Hopefully, you know, we will save it, and that there will be more classes.
Okay, but as of now, August is like the last graduating class?
Yeah, because, you know, and that's another thing, too, is that these poor girls, they even accepted the class of 2019. So
the next group.
Yeah, the next group of freshmen. And so these poor girls and women have to find other places to go. And, you know, the people who are in their junior class have to find someplace else
Okay,
to.
the timing is very suspicious here.
It is very suspicious. So, yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get down to like why they made this
Wow.
decision.
Well,
So,
obviously, you need a whole new set of people to run it because they're not
Yeah.
vested in continuing. They want to. Maybe, in their mind, they're doing the right thing and trying to close it down orderly, but you
Yeah.
would think you would do it at a slightly different time
Yeah.
frame. And it sounds like they didn't do an all-out effort to save it.
no, they didn't. And because what's really amazing is that the alumni got together and they came up with an organization called this Saving Sweet Briar, where we were able to get about $3 million in pledges within no time. And being in, yeah.
Well, you guys have some famous alumni. I think Jacqueline Onas's mom went there.
She did. Yeah, it's a great horse place. So, I didn't know her. I wasn't there at the same time that she was, but knowing that Jackie Kennedy was really into horses, I can only imagine that her mother was as well.
Yeah,
So,
and then you got famous actresses that graduated from there. So you do have, a bunch of, after 114 years, you got tons of people
Yeah.
to go through, and they weren't approached to help solve the problem.
no, they weren't, which
So
is really,
I think that's telling right there.
yeah, it really is.
All right, well, hopefully good things will come, and you're involved, obviously, with this save, what's it called again?
Save Sweet Briar. Yeah.
Hashtag Say Sweet Briar.
Yep.
Check it out, folks. All right. Well,
This has been a Gotta Run with Will moment.